live. We're live. Yeah, hell yeah. Yo, what's going on, gang? Yo, what's good, gang? We are back today, man. Let me pour me up, man. You know, I gotta save the pour for the live stream. Oh man. Still on that Starbucks French roast. Was good though, man. It was good, man. We were having a debate in the live chat with the early gang, man. You know, I'm anti Dragon Ball Z. I know it's not a popular opinion, you know what I mean? But you know, I just never could get with it as a kid. We were talking about some classics though. We were talking about Ed and Eddie. You know, I fuck with Ed and Eddie. They were always trying to chase a bag. Oh man, Hey Arnold's lit, man. SpongeBob though, SpongeBob might be the most goated. SpongeBob really might be the most goated. But yo, man, enough cartoons, man. We got a dope episode today. Speaking of chasing bags, we got one of the original bag chasers on the show today. We're live on Twitch. We're live on YouTube. If you're tapping in on YouTube, man, hit that like button, man. Support the stream. Hit the subscribe. If you aren't subscribed, I don't know why you wouldn't be subscribed by now. Episode 54 in here. Episode 54. 50, 51, 52, 53. Episode 53. Yeah, man. If you're not subscribed by episode 53, I think you're just lost. You know what I mean? You might just be lost in the sauce, or you don't have no sauce. Either way, man. Appreciate the early gang. J17, J-Seoul, man. Ben 100. Who else is in here, man? Drew P, Chris 90s, Lano, of course, man. 53. You already know the vibes. Hell yeah. Oh man, I'm excited about today. This is an episode that another one, long time in the making, long overdue. Wyshmaster, like I said, this guy is one of the OGs of leasing beats and selling beats online. Started in the early 2000s, before there was Beatstars, before there was Airbit, before there was Soundclick. Hey man, appreciate the subscribe, man. If you guys head over to Twitch, twitch.tv/ProducerGrind, you know what I mean, you can subscribe. We're gonna have some exclusive streams going to Twitch. We're just kind of building it up right now. We just got our affiliate status, you know what I mean? So shout out to the affiliate status. But yeah, man, back to Wish. Like I said, originator, but not only is he one of the originators of leasing beats, talking about back before you could get instant delivery, people had to send you a check, send you a Western Union, or type in your PayPal information and send you some money. Then he'd have to the next morning email you the beat. Really, you know, the early days. Also a Grammy nominated producer, multi-platinum producer. Let me show you guys some stuff here. Let's pull up his website. Also a big funnel producer as of recently too. He's part of MIDI Money. I got a chance to meet him up in Nashville at the MIDI Money Mastermind session with Gabe, AD. Obviously Wish was there. Who else was there, man? Big Shot, my best friend Jacob, Busy Works, whole bunch of dope producers that were up there just meeting up. Just man, we were just all talking about hustling and getting money online, you know, with funnels and all that stuff. But yeah, let me switch over to the screen share. We got Wish in the waiting room too. I see we got Twill, Bandotracks. If you guys want to tap in for a live Q&A, make sure you do so. We got a link in the description so you can do so. But yeah, man, so take a look at Wish, man. He's got some big credits here. Let me see here. I seen Wayne on here. Nelly, Yo Gotti. He's got, oh, there it is. Pitbull is a big placement. T-Pain, Tech 9. Man. Game, Twista, E40, Paul Wall, Chingy, Scarface, Goats, man. And he also has a big placement with Midway Games. He actually co-produced. If you guys, man, if anybody here is old enough to remember NBA Ballers, he was he played a big major part on the soundtrack of NBA Ballers. And that was from what I heard in his interview with with T-Pain, with DJ Pain 1. He that was like his introduction into the sync placement category, and he's been talking about getting big bags, 25K, 15K off of you know, sync placements and stuff. So we definitely want to talk to him about that. like I said, we definitely got to talk about funnels. I see we got you know, his 5 free beat funnel. I know you guys are very familiar with this by now. And like I said, so he is not only is he a funnel producer, you know, he is big in the MIDI Money community. He's actually a coach. He does one-on-one coaching and group coaching and stuff with all the new people that you know, are joining the MIDI Money thing. We also, man, if you guys haven't yet, go check out the free webinar that Gabe and AD do, just kind of introducing you to funnels. We got a link in the description for you to check it out. It says like learn how to sell beats with funnels. It's in the description on the YouTube. You guys will see it. I know a bunch of you guys have already you know, tapped into that, but it's a free webinar. It's long. It's like 2-3 hours, and you actually learn a lot if you don't know anything about funnels. It's like it's a great like introduction, like especially after you, like if you've seen like the Gabe interview on our website, or on our YouTube. Hey, what up, Sammers, Too Sharp Terry? I see Twitch Gang is active in the chat. Man, what else do I got to show you about Wish, man? Oh yeah, if you guys aren't already, man, head over, subscribe, Wyshmaster Beats on IG. Hit him with a follow. Real cool dude, man. We had a chance to chop it up in Nashville. I kind of did a semi interview with Wish. It was we kind of had like a panel, like a marketing panel at this MIDI Money event, and it was me, Big Shot, Wish, Busy Works, and then a guy by the name of Rick Barker, who actually is the guy that discovered Taylor Swift. He managed Taylor Swift, you know, through the early days of her career, and yeah, man, we just kind of just talked marketing. There was a whole bunch of gems, and yeah, man. So I'm excited to get Wish on here. Like I said, I think his story is gonna be pretty dope, man. Pretty insightful, pretty motivating. Just the way, man. This guy is 20 years in the game selling beats. You know what I mean? Started making beats in the 90s. 20 years in the game just selling beats. Let me make sure my volume's right. Yo. Okay, cool. Yo, all right. But yeah, man, let's give Wish a nice warm welcome, man. Please blow up the chat with the hit the like on the stream too, man. If you guys are just tapping in, hit that like on the stream. But man, let's blow it up. Let's drop gems. Let's drop hundreds. Let's drop emojis. Let's drop flex arm emojis. Let's do it all, man. Let's get Wish in here, man. Yo.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Wish, what's going on, bro?
Nothing much, man. How are you?
Pretty good, man. Welcome to the morning show. Let me just get this right here. Let me share my sound effects with you so you can hear the sound effects and everything. I think we're good, man. Don't mind my virtual background. But yeah, man, dope having you on the show. I don't know if you saw my little warm up intro. I was you know, saying about you know, just you being 20 years in the game, one of the OG originators of selling beats online, have stood the test of time. You know, mp3.com, from sending checks in Western Union to for artists to buy beats, to, you know, transitioning to Soundclick and Beatstars, and you know, now you're on doing the funnels as well, and you know, sync placements, man. We got so much to talk about, but I definitely want to take it back to the beginning, man. How did you even figure out that you wanted to make beats? How'd you get started?
Well, I'm originally from Chicago, and I started as a DJ, and so I started like making mixtapes and kind of putting like all the like beats to different acapellas. So like the original mixtapes, right? Taking acapellas and putting different beats, and then I remember sitting there DJing, looking at the crowd react to a song I played, and I thought to myself, I don't want to just play music to make people move like this. I want to actually create the music. And at the time, I was really into Timberland, Neptunes, Dr. Dre. And I decided, I bought my first keyboard and just started making beats, and found mp3.com. So.
Fire. And then mp3.com, it wasn't even like kind of set up for selling beats. What wasn't it originally like, just kind of like for downloading music and stuff?
Yeah, it was just for downloading music, and then I didn't really actually sell beats. I actually just got streams, so you get paid for how many streams you got. And I remember sitting in my parents' basement just playing my stuff over and over again because I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get all these clicks, and then I spent probably a whole weekend. Come to find out, there's IP addresses and all this stuff. So like one click a day is all that counted. But yeah, I started. So they started paying people to get based on their streams, and then from there they stopped. And then that's when I decided, well, I'm just going to go through all my emails and see, what's been going on. And I read all the emails like, hey, bro, how much do you want for this beat? And I sold my first beat for $50 because it was my phone bill. I was like, my phone bill's $50. There you go.
Right, hell yeah. Hey man, your mic is not set up on the Zoom. It's kind of going to your computer audio. I don't know if you want to set up to the mic so it'll be a little bit clear.
Okay.
Don't
Can
mean
you
to.
hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you good. I just because you got your mic there, I thought maybe you thought it was hooked up, so I didn't want to. I could.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, like in your preferences.
My bad.
No, you're good. Didn't mean to call you out there. Say something.
Can you hear me?
It's the same. It's all good though. We don't got. I just was saying just in case you might have wanted to use that mic.
Okay. How about this?
There we go. Yeah. Now just turn the gain down just a touch. Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
Is that good right there?
Yeah, it's way better,
right,
man.
man.
Now it's a podcast.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So, I mean, when you first started, like, did you have a job, or were you kind of just hustling, doing, selling mixtapes or whatever you could do?
Yeah, I mean, I did hustling, but yeah, I did security for computer college.
Okay.
And that's how I got into it, because I was making all these beats, and then I was so bored at work, just sitting at a computer. It was one door, and we had a bunch of computers. I'm like, no one's gonna walk past me with a computer. So I was like, I spent all my time on the internet, and I'm like, all right, that's how I found mp3.com, and I just started uploading beats, and I'm like, I don't even know if I'm any good. And then I was known as like the guy who made beats that sound like Neptunes and Dr. Dre and Timberland. So.
Got you. And then what was the transition like? Because I remember you mentioned that in Payne One's interview, like back then it wasn't like artist type beats, it was producer type beats.
Yeah. So yeah, it was just like, if like I said, Dr. Dre type beat. So they knew what they're getting, right? And then the transition to the type beat was, it was real weird for me, because I was like, why do artists want to sound like that person? And I didn't understand at first, because I was like, why do you want to sound like the Baby or Little Baby or whoever and everything? But then I started thinking, okay, it's just that type of beat they would do. So I understand. But I also know it's a marketing technique, and even people's beats don't even sound like that type of beat, but they're using it because it's a good keyword.
Right.
Yeah, something to learn.
So yeah, man, continue us down the story. You know what I mean? So you start on mp3.com, you sell your first beat for $50. How long until there was like actually like a real stream of income for you?
I'd say probably after a year, I quit the job, and I'm like, I'm just gonna do music full time. And then I started, I was selling exclusives for up to like $3,000, and this was just online. There's people who used to send me cash and notebooks. It was weird stuff. Like they'd have the money between the sheets and stuff. I didn't understand it.
Yeah, but, like you're doing some illegal shit almost.
Yeah, like I did. I felt like I was a drug dealer. And basically, it went like that for a long time, and I was doing well. And then like the economy kind of hit, and people couldn't afford to buy beats. So I was like, my exclusives went down to like maybe $300, $400 sometimes. And I even
you talking about like 08 type era, like that.
Yeah, probably be around that era. And then and then people would be like, or they'd be like $300, like, you're not Timberland. And I'm sitting there like, yeah, Timberland gets like 25K, but no problem. Right. So then I came up with the idea for leasing beats, and I was like, well, if I could just sell these for at a cheaper price that everybody can afford, and then I still have the ownership, then I could do a lot better with that. So I tried it out, and then that's when I just totally blew up and started getting fans in every country. And I ended up making more on leases than I did selling exclusives.
So up until then, you were actually like selling like exclusives for like $50 and $300.
Yeah, it was all the way up to $3K. It just depends. It was just if I was really doing well and a lot of people were coming to me, it was almost like a painting. It's like, oh, my painting's worth like $2,000 now. It's worth $3,000.
Right. One of the things I always like to ask, OGs that have been around since before that, because I started making beats like 08, and there really wasn't like tutorials like that. Like there was like, I don't know if you remember like War Beats. You remember like War Beats?
Yeah.
And there was a couple guys like MDL. He was big. But there was nothing. There was no like nothing like there is today. What did you do to actually like get good at making beats?
Practice. I mean, I made beats every day. I still do. I mean, I was known for making 20 beats a day. Even when, you know, I used to work in Nelly's studio every day, and I'd come in with some beats, and then we'd do a song, and he'd be like, all right, man, come back tomorrow. Let's do some more shit. And I'd come back, and I'd have 20 more beats, and I'd be like, what the hell is going on? And then they started even saying like, oh, just have Wish send some beats. He'll make 20 more. And then by me doing that, it just, you're practicing so much that you can't help but to get better at it. And then I started branching out because I'd be in the studio. I think I was in the studio with Nelly and Mario. Mario was like, hey, man, do you do R&B beats? And I was like, no. And I'm like, ugh, worst thing I ever said, right? I should have just been like, yeah, of course I could do that, and then go to teach myself. So what I did after that point, I was like, oh, I'm going to teach myself how to do R&B. And I'm like, well, I was a huge R. Kelly fan. I'm like, all right, I'll just listen to some R. Kelly beats. And then by doing that over and over again, I was just getting better. It's studying other music, and then, you know what I mean, and finding that similarity with your production and theirs.
So let's take it back, man. How did you even listen, or not listen? How did you even like link with Nelly and start linking with artists like this?
Yeah, so from me being one of the biggest online producers, I started getting hit up by all kinds of different companies. So like Midway Games hit me up to do a video game called NBA Ballers. He hit me up. He's like, hey, man, it's a one-of-a-kind game we put together. We love your music. We want you to kind of be like the soundtrack guy. So I ended up doing, that was like my first big gig. And I was like, I got 25 grand. I did 20 beats, and I did 5 songs on the soundtrack. And it went over like millions of sold. But at the time I was real, you know, I always put tags on everything. You know, that was the thing back in the day. Put your tags or they're going to steal it. So if you actually play the video game, it says Wyshmaster like all over the video game. So people used to be like, oh man, I hear your freaking name all the time. I'm playing NBA Ballers.
That's crazy. Great.
And then from there, and then from there, I actually started getting hit up by different people. So then I got hit up by Ludacris, who wanted me to do something for Disturbing the Peace. He's like, oh, I've been hearing your beats, and you know, I don't know, somehow he heard it, and then I ended up doing something on his. Yeah, and then from there, just more and more. Then Nelly somehow heard my music, and then I ended up linking with him, and then from there, you know, Tech Nine, and you know, did I'm Gonna Boat and a whole bunch of different records just from that, just from selling beats online in my basement, you know.
Right, that's crazy, man. So yeah, so talk about the I'm a Boat, because I feel like or I'm on a Boat. That's a unique story right there.
Speaking of, I just bought my first boat, so I thought it'd be only right, you know.
Hey, fire.
So yeah, so I was at Nelly's studio. Like I said, I worked with him almost every day for like 3 years. And there was a rep from Universal that came to St. Louis. They were checking out somebody in East St. Louis. So he hit up somebody in Nelly's camp and said, hey, do you have any producers in town? They're like, yeah, we got this dude Wish. She's killer. So they say, hey, Wish, you want to hook up with this guy? So he hit me up. He's like, hey, man, I'm working on this guy's mixtape out in East St. Louis. We're thinking about signing him. So instantly I'm like, man, I'm not about to just give him beats to just throw on a mixtape. So I put a bunch of, you know, the producer throwaway beats. So I put like 15 beats that were like, okay. And just never heard from him. And then I think it was like 6 months later, he hit me up and he goes, hey, man, I ended up playing your beats for this group called The Lonely Island. They're going to do this song. It's about a boat or something. So I just instantly was like, what are you talking about? Like, this is weird. Yeah. And he's like, how much do you want? And I was like, at the time I was making probably 10 to 20 grand up advance. I'm like, I said, just throw me 5K. I'm thinking this is some independent stuff. Right.
Yeah.
And then never heard from him again. I'm like, all right, I made a quick 5K. Probably the song will never do anything. And then next thing you know, my brother hit me up because he was there during the whole time and hearing about all this stuff. And he goes, did you say you did a song with like some Lonely Island group or something? And I'm on a boat, and it's called like I'm on a Boat or something. I said, I don't know what it was called. I think that was the title. And he goes, dude, it's on SNL right now, and T-Pain's on the song. And then that's why I was like, oh, got to call my lawyer. So I called my lawyer, and then we end up working all the details out. So.
Dope.
That was that placement.
has that song continued to pay you over the years?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I got another check coming out in next month. That's pretty big. So.
Damn, off of I'm on a Boat. That's crazy.
Yeah. Well, and a whole bunch of other songs too, but yeah, that's probably the biggest one.
Now wasn't AD part of that record?
Mm-mm.
Okay, I thought he had that in his credits or something like that, but it's probably just me looking at.
Oh, maybe. Credits. Oh, you mean on the Lonely Island album? I don't know if he did anything on that album. He didn't do anything with that record.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah, I'm probably just tripping. So you know, I mean, you talk about, you know, these big bags that you made off of you know, sync placements like 15K, 25K. Yeah. I mean, I know that, you know, your kind of intro into it was them just reaching out to you.
Right.
But if you were teaching a producer how to get sync placements, what kind of homework would you give them to do tonight? If they're like, you know, they have no experience in it, you know, you're teaching someone how to do this. What homework would you give them tonight?
So I would say don't start. All right, so everybody wants to chase everything. Like I want to chase artists and try to get on their albums and all that. And for publishing, chase writers. As a producer, if you want to get sync placements, you need to have writers right on top of your beats. And those people are easy to get to because they're just like you. They're trying to get on the next record, but they have publishing deals. So by you finding all these big writers, or not even big writers, just writers that are signed to publishing companies, you link up with them, you make a song, and next thing you know, they get it placed in a TV show or a movie or whatever. But that's the people you want to go after, is the writers. And like I said, they're easier to access than just going to an artist and trying to hit them up. So
where do you even go to like research?
You can go to any publishing company's website, and it'll say all the list of their writers. So like if you go like Montpure Music, you'll say Wyshmaster is a writer, and then you find out, are they a songwriter, are they a producer, composer? And then you just find them on Instagram or whatever and just say, hey, I'm a producer, I'd love to, write some songs with you.
Right.
And you'll see songwriters are more open to doing things like that. They might not even have a person that makes beats for them. They might do it themselves on a keyboard where it sounds really shitty. And then you come in like with quality production, like this is, that's going to be a no brainer for them.
And then do you rely on like them sending out the what you guys do together, or do you shop that yourselves and hit up like music, what are they called, like music supervisors and stuff, or no?
Yeah, you can. So if you're gonna do it on your own, you want to hit up the music department, the music licensing department. Like if you want to like reach out to a video game company, don't just call and just say, hey, can I send you some music? They don't know what to do. Just say, can I talk to your music licensing department? And then if you get someone on the phone, just say, hey, is there any way I can send some music? I would love to get on your project. Be a real professional, you know what I mean? But there's so many companies out there. Just call them all. Even if you get 1 out of 100, you might get something huge, like that 25K I got off that Midway Games. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Me personally, I get opportunities because I'm with a publishing company, so they send me stuff. I know there's companies out there that do pitching and stuff. I just don't know enough to say if they're good or not.
Yeah.
I've heard people have success on like Taxi and stuff like that, but
yeah. And what's like the other one? Jingle. What is it?
Song Trader.
That's one of them. Yeah, that's one of them. Yeah, like kind of like these websites where you can like submit, and they either you can pay to submit, or they like take a percentage of the pub or something like that.
It's tough for me when people say pay me to submit. And I just had a producer hit me up the other day saying, hey, I've been reaching out to bigger artists, and they're telling me, hey, they can put me on their mixtape if I pay them $500. I'm like, that's not going to help you, dude. Like, unless they're going to keep your tags all over that, and somebody's like, damn, that producer's tight, and they're going to have to go search for your website. It's not worth it,
Yeah. Even because you're great at marketing. Guys like you and Gabe and AD are great at marketing. I feel like an opportunity like that, you guys would be able to figure out how to monetize that and use that to your advantage, though.
Yeah, right. And then I mean, this is what I believe. If you build it, they will come. Like I know it's like a Field of Dreams movie, but if you build enough where you're just out there, people are going to start coming to you, and they're going to be asking you for stuff, and then you never know who it's going to be, And that's what I said about artists. Like, you're chasing to try to get Drake placements and an Eminem and all these people. It's like they already have producers around them. Yeah. Why don't you find the next artist that just is starting to blow up on his own, does marketing on his own, or has a camp, and do work with them? They might be the next DaBaby or Little Baby or whoever,
Yeah. But I mean, specifically, so say like we'll just use like an artist like at the level of like Lil Keed, for example. Yeah. I'm not saying he does this. This is literally just an example. He's got millions of plays. He's got 1 million something monthly listeners on Spotify. You don't think there'd be benefit to paying an artist like that $500 to be on their next album or their even a SoundCloud single, so you could put that credit in your bio and you can?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's worth it. When they're doing the mixtape stuff, I don't know, because I don't know how far mixtape credits really go, and I don't know if it's even legit. You know what I mean? And I'm not talking about the big artists. I'm talking about like who they think are big. You know what I mean? I'm like, no, you shouldn't. Don't pay them. Just tell them you'll throw them beats for free if you think they're good enough.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, like in the way you're saying it, yeah, of course. Why not pay someone $500, $1,000 to have a credit on somebody that actually has some notoriety?
Yeah, and then now you can run with that and
right.
name drop to make that money back through your, whether you're selling beats, you're mixing, whatever your services are.
Yeah, I just see so many people getting scammed from stuff like that. So.
Yeah, 100%. No, I agree with you. I just kind of like to sometimes try to think outside the box on ways that you can kind of almost pay for some clout, I guess is what you would call it.
I mean, I'm very transparent. Like, I paid for when I first came back to selling beats online a few years ago, I was trying to figure out like how this game worked, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna have to rebrand myself. Like this is not the same. Like you said, type beats and Facebook ads. I didn't have to run ads, you know.
Yeah.
So I was looking at all the top Beatstars guys, and I was talking to Abe from Beatstars, and he was telling me about like the Crates and Mantra and all these producers and stuff. And he's like, you know, reach out to him, ask him to collab and stuff. I'm like, really? I was like, yeah. He's like, yeah, just reach out to him. So I started reaching out to him, and then the Crates got back to me like, "Hey man, yeah, we could do a collab with you, but it's like a few $100." And at first, I'm like, "A few $100? Like, hey man, I produced some big records here, right?" And then I'm like, you know what? As a marketing standpoint, like if I pay $300, I'm gonna get on every single one of their artists' lists. You know what I mean? They're gonna see my name, or if they buy it, I'm gonna get their email. So I was like, and then they just run a special like right after that for 150. I was like, all right, I paid them $150 for that collab. I ended up making $1,500 off that. So it was
Just
a really
off that
good
alone.
investment. Just off that alone.
Yeah. So good ROI plus some marketing and promo.
Right.
Guerrilla tactics kind of thing. Yeah, for sure, man. So yeah, man. So once you made the switch to Beatstars, like what was your life like? Were you kind of like you had put the selling beats down to focus on industry stuff, or like where were you at?
Yeah, so I was doing industry still, but I was also running a school out in St. Louis. There's a recording production school that, you know, taught beats and recording. So yeah, a lot of focus on that and like really getting into education. And like I said, and then the industry stuff was like, actually the industry stuff turned into my side gig. It was like, all right, I'm sending beats to people, but like I'm used to being in the studio and being an actual producer, not just always just a beat maker. So it was tough being in St. Louis because there wasn't a lot of artists that were actually doing things at that time.
Yeah.
But then, you know, from teaching and just like, and I never stopped making beats. I was just like, but I had something else. Right. So one day some kid came up to me and he's like, "Hey, have you checked out Beatstars?" And I started checking out. And I'm like, this is crazy. So they send the contract for you and they do all these splits. And if you make a beat with somebody else, the PayPal goes. I'm like, this is not what I came up in.
Yeah.
And then that's when I reached out to Abe. I just emailed him. I'm like, hey man, I don't know if you know who I am. I'm Wyshmaster. I'm one of the first online producers and, you know, originators of licensing. And he goes, "Hey bro, I know who you are, man." He's like, "I used to buy your beats."
Hey,
and that's where I started a conversation. And he did, yeah, just from that talk, man, he was a real cool dude. Told me about the whole platform, and I was instantly sold. And that's when I jumped on it. So,
I most definitely shout out to Abe. So in this time, you know, from you starting on like mp3.com and kind of, you know, getting into the teaching and stuff, I know that, you know, in the music industry and any entrepreneurial industry, you know, there's ups and downs. Have you always had like a steady source of income, or were there times in that time period where it was kind of like, you know, a little bit of a struggle, or kind of more like
hell
paycheck to paycheck?
tons of struggle. All my industry stuff it was a lot of struggle because sometimes, you know, everybody thinks, oh, I get a song with a big artist, like, oh, it's over, I'm gonna make all this money. It's not like that. You have, you know, sometimes you have to wait up to 6 months to get your back end money. If there's any problems at all on the album, even if it's not something you had to do with, the album gets put on hold. All royalties are not paid out. Sometimes you do a bunch of records and they don't make the cut. There's politics involved. So there was times where it's like I wasn't getting paid yet. I knew I had money coming, but you know, you have bills every day, right? Those don't stop.
Right.
So yeah, there's times I had to ask people for money. I got something in the mail that said, like, from a bank, it said, if you cash this, it's $6,000. You just have to pay like 30% interest. I'm like, all right, this is gonna have to cover me till then. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I stopped doing the online stuff because all these people in LA and all these managers telling me like, dude, you don't want to be known as an online producer. Like that's a bad look, and all this bullshit that I bought into. And now I look at it like, what does that even mean? Online producer? Like if someone walked up to you and said, oh, there's an online producer, don't mess with his beats. Like it doesn't even make sense.
Right.
So that, I think my biggest regret, it was not sticking with selling beats online, because that's where it came from. That's how I got known. And then stepping away and just chasing things was like, you know what I mean? I could have been doing both. But yeah, there's all kinds of struggles during that. So
most definitely. So then when you did get back into it, you know, and you started your Beatstars, did that eventually become like, you know, your main source of income, and you started to get comfortable?
Yeah, well, I still was running the school there, but now, and then I got an opportunity. I live in Nashville now, so I actually run a school here. It's a nonprofit college. So I have it's a one of a kind program I put together. It's basically what we do now, but instead of just selling beats, it's about making beats. It's about making advanced beats, like how to do different genres. I teach them how to work with a artist in the studio, how to do vocal production, songwriting, and it's just like a well-rounded modern producer program that I put in here. So I run that. and then I run my own business, you know, selling beats online. But that was a struggle too, to actually sell beats online when I came back was not easy. Like I spent literally thousands of dollars in ads and all kinds of things that never got a return because I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know marketing. So I remember my first, I ran YouTube videos first, and I spent $2,000 in 1 month. And I was getting all these hits, and I'm like, man, my video's blowing up, but no sales. Damn. And then I talked to somebody like, hey man, did you kind of narrow down your audience? I said, what do you mean? What is that? He's like, yeah, did you put age groups and did you put like what people like? I'm like, no. He's like, dude, you just went to the whole world, every age group.
Somebody's grandma was seeing those.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. I had grandmas hitting me up, everybody. You know what I mean? So that was my first time being like, all right, I really need to learn marketing.
I'm trying to pull up the picture here. I had scrolled down right here. I know you won't be able to see it, but I'm gonna show the audience because it's really dope, man. Like the school setup that you got with the, you know, the rooms where it's like everyone has like their own screen with you know, MIDI keyboard and Focusrite and stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, I turned that room into a studio. If you look at it, it's a classroom inside of a studio, and now you put big speakers in there. So because I teach people about competition, and like I said, you never know who you're going to compete against. When I was in Nelly's studio, I had my friends standing right across from me playing their beats. So that's why I said I make them battle each other and all kinds of things.
That's fire.
And
that's fire.
Yeah.
And no, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
No, I said, and I said because you know you guys are going to have to learn how to be competitive. You know what I mean? And you want to be that way. You know, that's what's going to help you go further in life.
And you still do that program?
Yeah, so right now it's because of COVID, it's all online. So we're doing Zoom. Yeah, just like this. That's how I knew how to do this setup, except for my microphone. But
hey man, we got you right. Right. So one thing that caught me, and you were talking about while you were talking about, you know, your music production class, you said something about that resonated with me. Talking about teaching production, you said a lot of times if no one holds these producers accountable, they aren't going to get the work done, and that really hit me because I feel like that's kind of definitely a theme here. In your experience coaching producers, what makes the producers not hold themselves accountable? Is it just because well, I'm gonna let you explain, then I'll ask. See, somebody that just like don't get me wrong, I love tutorials online, YouTube and stuff, and people say, hey, I could just go learn how to make beats on YouTube. And so I said, you can, but you're not held accountable. You don't have somebody sitting there telling you like, hey, why don't you try this? Or hey, you need to get this done by tomorrow. Like I get emails every day and saying, hey, I need this for this commercial, but I need it by 5 p.m. I can't just say, oh, just give me a week, man. I'll get it to you. You know, you have to have things done right there and then. So I teach them how to kind of time management. You know, that's what a lot of producers don't know. They don't know time management. They'll say, I'll do it later. I'll get this done. You know what I mean? And that's, you know, when you're working in a professional environment, you can't be that way. Yeah. So. And I think it goes back to like, you know, in school where, you know, we have teachers hold us accountable. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And we're kind of like trained to be in that system subconsciously. And, you know, we can go into like the job world, and, you know, you have like you have your job description, you have your things that you need to do that day. And, you know, you got like a manager, and you kind of have that in the back of your head, like, I got to do this because if I don't, my manager's going to notice this and I'm not going to have a job anymore. Or in school, I got to do this because my teacher's here, and if I don't turn this in on time, I'm going to fail it. Or if I don't do good, I'm not going to get a good grade. But once we're out here and we're trying to have our online businesses as producers, or we're just trying to get good at making beats, we're all of a sudden in an environment or in an experience that we've never really had before, because our lives we've always had, you know, to like an authority kind of thing ahead of us. And this is just me thinking about this. This isn't even something I've like really thought deep on. This is just from watching your interview, and it makes a lot of sense. And yeah, man, I think that like, you know, that it kind of, as producers, you know, we're like, yeah, I'm gonna try this online beat selling thing, and they don't really get a dedicated plan and stick to it. They're not consistent with it. They kind of play around with it. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. A lot of people want to get all this money and say, oh, I can't wait to do this, but they don't want to put the work into it. And they, you know, you have to manage your day just like any other day. You wake up at 9, check your emails. 10 to 11, why don't you work on beats? 11 to 12, why don't you go through and check all your stats, make sure that everything's on point. Like, that's my day. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's not just wake up, eat some cereal, and just mess around playing video games. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
That's what I used to do. And I do every once in a while, but yeah, you are a brand now. And that's why I tell people, you're a brand. You don't think of yourself as a person. If someone goes off on you in email, you have to take the higher ground. You can't go off at them. You just say, I'm sorry you went through that. If there's anything I can do to help you, and that's going to go a long way.
100%, 100%. Yeah, man. It's like, I feel like we think that just because this is something with music or art or you know what I mean, beats, it's like, yeah, man, this is nothing like a regular job. You know, this is why I do it, because it's not like a regular job. I can just fuck around and the money's just gonna come. One day I'm just gonna get a big hit, or one day one of these YouTube videos is gonna take off, and now I'm gonna be, you know, just, you know, having a constant stream of money. But really, like, you know, you got to treat this shit like a job.
No, and you have to branch out and do everything. That's why you said I do funnels, I do Beatstars, I do everything. You know what I mean? Because if one thing's hurting a little bit, the other one, I need to have something else that's going to pick it up. You know?
For sure, man. And you kind of said the perfect thing to segue into the next stuff I want to talk about. When you said customer service,
yes,
that's such a big thing, man. And you said that's actually one of the most important techniques for selling beats online.
It is. Especially nowadays, like I don't know if you notice, a lot of people are like struggling with running ads and everything, and they're like, man, I'm running all these ads, I'm not getting sales. And I said, well, focus on who you have right now. Focus on talking to people through emails. Like, even just send out an email saying, hey, how are you doing? Send me your music. I listen to everybody's beat or music that they send through my email. Everyone. Really, I do. And I give them, and I tell them, I say, hey man, this is cool, or this is great, or hey, why don't you try this?
It's your fault, man. It's your fault.
And I right.
You're the one that keeps these guys going. You're the one that has them spamming us off.
I say everything's hot. Everything's crazy. But by doing that, you're building a relationship with your someone that could potentially be $1,000 customer instead of a $25 customer. And producers, these new guys, or I won't say new guys, just producers have spent a lot of time just trying to get a quick buck, and they don't care about long end money. You know what I mean? Like, they don't care that customer could spend $5,000 with you. Yeah. Like, oh, I just want to get that $25 sale, Yeah. And that's what email does, but you could use text methods. I do text marketing as well. Try. That's why I said try everything.
Yeah, man. I feel like we kind of get caught up in the drop shipping mindset where it's like, yeah, man, I'm just gonna have 1,000 people buy a $25 beat, but it's like, nah, bro, you can have 4 people, or you can have 10 people buy beats, and like you just said, one of those guys, if you actually go and you reach out to him, maybe jump on a call with them, jump on a Zoom, kind of figure out what his goals are, figure out, oh, well, he needs this, and this, and I also do this, and this, or he wants to do a whole EP, and you can talk about him, be like, yeah, man, I want to do your project, and it's just you can take it so much deeper with
exactly. And that's why I ask people, they say, hey man, I've been selling a few beats and I haven't got any more. I said, do you retarget, and do you follow up with people? Do you follow up your customers? Do you say, hey, thanks for, do you appreciate that they just bought music off you? Do you ask them to hear what they just were? They're like, no, I just keep moving. I'm like, well, that's why.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how you keep it going,
Yeah, for sure, man. So you do retargeting ads and stuff like that?
I do retargeting ads. I do email sequences. I do everything. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Let's get into some sauce here, man. We need the gems. Let's talk about man, where do we start? I guess let's start with the foundation, right? Okay. We'll get into the funnel stuff, but let's talk about to the guys that may not have the money to jump into the course, may not have the money to sustain a ClickFunnels account. I've talked about a concept that I call like a poor man's funnel that you can do with, basically just a Beatstars account, YouTube, and like a MailChimp account. Where you set up, because I see you got free beats on your Beatstars, and I know that you and Gabe and AD are big on like, no, just because you're in the funnels, don't go delete your Beatstars. Use that as a way to get people into your funnel. So can we talk about let's talk about maybe setting that up properly, and kind of do you ever do like a welcome series from people that come from that Beatstars and just download a free beat?
I do. So just statistically, let's talk like all the traffic that you get to your site or whatever you have, you're only going to get 2 to 3% or 1 to 3% that are actually going to buy right there and then. That's statistically speaking. So what retargeting is you're going to show something to them right after they have visited something, a beat, listen to your beats or whatever, and show them that you're there, right? It's like rebranding. So what I do is, so you want to set up, you want to tell how I set it up, or just?
Yeah, man.
Okay. So you want to, if you're doing Facebook ads, you want to put a Facebook pixel on your website, and you want to Anybody who visits your site, you want to send them something. It doesn't even have to always be a sale. Like, this is another thing. You don't have to always push a sale. You could just introduce yourself, say, hey, thanks for coming to my website. I hope you come back soon. And then you could wait another few days, and then you can come with, hey, you know what? Why don't you go grab those beats you want, and here's 15% off. You know what I mean? That goes a long way. And that's basic retargeting right there. And then as far as like on Beatstars, yeah, I allow everybody to download my beats for free. At first, I did not. I didn't believe in track stems or free beats because I come from the early age where you don't give track outs. People are going to steal your stuff. And then giving away free beats, like they're just going to, you know what I mean? And then I thought to myself, I'm like, these are tagged and they can just go to my YouTube and rip them anyway. So why don't I at least get something from this, right?
Yeah.
So like Dylan just said, is you want to, if they download something for free off your site, then you take them through a welcome sequence, offer something else, and then say, can I listen to what you just did? Listen to their music, like actually build a relationship with these artists. Don't just try to get money all the time, and give a lot of value in your emails too. Don't always just ask for money. Sometimes give them some free information, help them on their journey.
100%. Yeah. Get on a phone call and just,
Yeah,
and not only like you said, not every phone call is going to turn into a sale, but there's a lot of benefit that comes to it. You can, first of all, they're gonna be like, wow, this is a real dude. He's actually interested in me. He wants to call and talk about me. Second of all, that's marketing research. You know what I mean? Talking to people and just kind of listening to you talk to like 4 or 5 people, you're gonna start to see some common things like, okay, all these guys I've talked to about kind of like fit this description. They need these kind of things, and you can kind of focus your business model kind of around that.
And then, like I said, I answer every email. I listen to every song. So like they'll listen, like, is this really you? You're really talking to me? I say, yeah, it's me, man. Like let's have a conversation. Or else they'll be like, is this a robot? I say, yeah, this is Robot Wish, and I just joke with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it goes so much further that you actually just listen to them, because a lot of people have stories, and if you can relate to them, that's what's building the relationship right there.
Okay. So I assume you're not just Mr. Nice Guy Wish, just talking to everyone all day, every day. I assume there is some kind of.
I actually am.
You are? Okay. Hey man, I got it wrong.
If I have time, man.
But I assume that there is kind of some transition to talking about maybe buying some more beats or something. What would you say?
Yeah, so that's when the discount comes in, and explain to them what your website is. What do you offer? Like, they might not even know. They might have been there and they went for first 3 beats, didn't like anything. I go into something, say, hey, I just want you to let you know a little bit about my website. I do these type of beats. If you're looking for some specific, you could search, on the thing. You could put, if you're looking for a certain vibe, just explain that to them. They're like, oh, I didn't even know you did that type of stuff, because I do almost every genre. And some people are like, oh, he only does hip hop because of like a lot of the stuff I've done in the industry. I'm like, no, I do everything, and explain that, and then throw them a discount. And this is the thing that kills me. The producers will go, dude, I'm already selling it so cheap. Why am I going to get a discount? And I said, how much did it cost you to make that beat? Well, I mean, nothing, time. I said, okay. And are you giving ownership to that beat? Like, no. So the same person could just buy that beat over and over again. They said, yeah. Okay. So why would you not throw them a discount? What, you know what I mean?
Right. We're not talking about overhead. You don't have no overhead here. You're not.
That's what I'm saying. You already paid for your setup.
Yeah, exactly, man. Man, I gotta say, I really love this conversation here, because I feel like this is really, really, really good practical advice. Like, we've had guys on the show, like, we've had AP, we've had Ant Chamberlain, TNT, these guys that have kind of like, just like, yeah, man, I just uploaded beats and now I'm making 20 grand a month. And you know what I mean, and I got 100,000 subscribers, I got 200,000 subscribers. But you, man, so you've been transparent. We've done content in the past where you've talked about making 10 grand plus a month. You know what I mean, but with all your channels, and you go on your YouTube and tell them how many subscribers you got.
I got like only 3,000, I think, something like that.
3,000 subscribers, man.
Yep. Even Instagram, I just started building that. That's at like 21. Twitter's nothing. Facebook's nothing. Yeah, this is, I use social media, but I don't have all these crazy subscribers. Like, that's not that you don't have to have that.
Exactly. 100%, man. And yeah, so I just feel like, there's several different kinds of people that sell beats online. You happen to be one of the guys that's like, yo, I'm not afraid to get my hands dirty. I'm not afraid to do customer service, talk to people, sell, and just, do what I got to do to make this happen. I'm not just gonna upload a beat to YouTube and just hope one day I get one that catches and I get 1 million subscribers overnight, and now I'm making money online. Because I feel like
I'm pulling in over 20K a month selling beats. You know,
fire. 20. Who would have thought a guy with 3K subscribers on YouTube is making 20 grand a month? I bet there's people in the chat right now that are close to that many subscribers that are making $0 per month, and I know it because they call in and we talk about it all the time. And I'm not gonna lie, I talk about, man, send people to your BeatStars, get a MailChimp hooked up, do an email sequence. I've never talked about doing the customer service stuff the way you have, which is, I feel like, is really the bread and butter here.
Oh, that's the gem for sure. Yeah. So I mean that's the thing. It's they think they're gonna ride that horse forever, right? Oh, I'm always just gonna have this many YouTube things. And this is the thing. What happens if YouTube goes down tomorrow? Are you gonna be set? Are you gonna be set up to still sell beats? Do you have a list? Can you do a bulk email right now with a deal? You know,
right?
Have you built a relationship, or have they been on your email list for 6 months without one email? You know, I mean, that hurts your chances too. So.
For sure, man. It's like, let's not flex our YouTube subscribers. Let's flex our email list, our email subscribers.
Flex everything. Have everything.
Yeah. What? So, if you don't mind sharing, what's your email list at?
Right now, I think it's about 40,000.
40,000. That's it.
Yeah,
that's
for
powerful.
a year.
That's powerful.
Yeah.
Oh, that's in just a year. Oh, so you just started
before that I didn't have that many, because you got to realize I was just building up my Beatstars, and then when I started getting into the MIDI money and learning those techniques, that's when I really built it up. Because before that I had 8,000, maybe not. Well, I had less because I had to dump a lot of them because I didn't know what the hell I was doing. So then now I'm built it up to like 40.
Got you. So what kind of stuff were you doing? Yeah, let's talk about that, because I guess this is dope because we can transition to the mini money. Now, I know you said before you got into funnels, you were already making decent money online. You were already like well established, doing good numbers online. But the funnels have kind of taken it to the next level for you. And I know you are well, first let's talk about your start with the funnels, man. How did you even find out about them? How'd you link with Gabe and them?
So basically, I'm like that middleman. So everybody says, oh, like the way to go is funnels, and then everybody's also like, no, beat sales online, and so, and it's like one or the other. I'm both. I do well on both ends, and it's because I use both techniques, right? So when I was doing Beatstars, I was making good money. It was on the beat stuff. And you gotta understand, this is more my side gig than anything. I have my own school, right? So
yeah.
So I was pulling in 5,000-6,000 a month. I was like, that's good. You know what I mean? I'm cool with that. And then I started thinking like I needed to learn more about marketing. So I started watching like Billie Jean. I never knew about Russell Brunson. I heard his name, but I never got into that. And then just a few other things. I just started watching little clips of how to do these kind of ads, this type of stuff. And then I was talking to one of my friends who's really heavy in marketing. He said, man, he's like, I've been doing it heavy. He's like, you need to do this. And he sent me a link to Mini Money. He's like, whatever these guys are doing, you need to do that. And that's when I signed up for the seminar. And then I instantly was like, oh, this is no brainer. And I even bought it before, like they went through everything. I was like, nope, I'm good. I'm in, And then, so me and AD kind of came around, up in the same time too. So it's cool to actually meet him. And now, now we're all friends. So it's pretty cool.
Most definitely. And so when you started, just talk about like, talk about just what it was like, learning ClickFunnels, and was it cake, or did it take hard work?
It was hard work, but I was so motivated and dedicated that I knocked it out within probably a week, because like I said, I was so like motivated. And that's why I tell people, like, I'm not a young dude. I run a school, I run a beat business, and I have a family. So when people tell me they don't have time, I'm like, if I could do it, anybody can do it, right? But you have to be willing to work hard. That's it. And this is what I say: work harder now so you can work less later, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I knocked it out with a week, and then I'm like, what, I'm gonna try the technique on my current, audience, just my current customers, and then it did really well. And then from there, I'm like, well, now I'm gonna just open it up to the world, and started doing my funnel. I loved, and it's not just about the funnel; it's a community. Like the MIDI Money Facebook group is like, nobody understands unless you're there, but it's a group of producers that actually look out for each other, and I've never had that in my life. It's always been, somebody's trying to take my placement, or they're not going to give me secrets, but they're asking for all my secrets. And that's how I came up. It's always like, oh, how'd you do that 808? And then I asked them, they're like, oh, I forgot, you know? Or, hey, can you introduce me to Nelly? You know, I got some beats too. It's always something like that. No one's ever like giving value, right? So, but this group is all people are just going out of their way. And I instantly went in and started helping everybody. I was just like, this is awesome. Like, I love to help other producers. You know what I mean? And then, eventually now I'm a coach there. That's how much I like it there. So I coach other producers within the MIDI Money group, teaching them how to, you know, use these marketing techniques. Yeah, and that's what it is. It's not a get rich scheme. It's a marketing technique, right?
100%. And now I want to talk about you coaching there. What are, like, you know, for the new guys that come in, what are like the most common mistakes that are made?
One of the main thing is producers don't know their business. That's one of the classes I teach in my college. It's the first class you take. It's knowing your business, right? You have to know what publishing is and royalties and what leasing is and exclusive rights. And a lot of people ask, like, well, if I sell this in a package, if I sell 20 beats, then how do I make another 20 now to sell to the next person? I said, that's not how it works. This is a leasing thing. So educate yourself on knowing what you're selling, how much you're supposed to be getting. Know the difference between full rights and exclusive rights. I mean, that's a huge thing. And then follow directions. Like, don't try to always jump to the gold. Like, that's what people want to do. Like, oh, I just want to have the offer and just make money off that, instead of just doing, like, there's a whole bunch of steps. And I think that's the biggest thing. Nobody wants to put in the work to start from 1 to 2, 3, 4. They want to just jump right to 5. You know what I mean? And that's with a lot of things in life, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Crawl before you walk.
So what are, like, so you're saying, like, don't just jump in and watch a video and be like, yeah, and I'm gonna jump on ClickFunnels and make the the funnel. You're talking about take it bit by bit.
Yeah, like, don't worry about the sale yet. Put together everything. Like, put together your free offer and your, you know what I mean, and your sales offer, and then have it all work together. Set up your emails. You know, everything we're talking about today. Somebody will miss a step and they'll say, well, I'm not selling. This is bullshit, blah, blah, blah. And you're like, oh, are you doing this step? Well, no, I thought I could just do this. Well, you thought wrong. This method works, and it's good to test things, but start with this method and then test it in your own way. That's what I do. I do my own thing based off of what I was taught, right?
Yeah. So for a guy that's coming in and they don't have, you know, contact lists, they don't have a big YouTube following, they're like, you know, basically like, yo, I've never even really sold a beat in my life. What is the most important thing for achieving success with funnels? Is it the ads? Is it the welcome series? Is it how good your funnel looks?
I would think about how much you can connect with the person. So it's how much you come off as being yourself and tell them your story and why you're doing what you're doing. Why are you selling them beats for such a good price? Why are you giving them this? I think that goes a long way, and that's part of your email sequence. It's talking with people and actually giving a shit about what they're doing. If you don't and you just want to make a quick buck, then you know, this is not probably for you. But if you're willing to build and actually work hard to build something that you could do for the rest of your life, that's, you know, but I would say it's building that relationship and being yourself and talking to them personally.
Definitely. And then also, I'm sure you just the same way you do customer service with people from Beatstars. I'm sure you do the same thing.
Oh, that's when my Beatstars went double. You know what I mean? Like, I'm almost at 12K this month, and it's because
just on Beatstars.
Yeah, just on Beatstars, and it's using this technique of, after they buy, now I'm talking to you and I'm saying, hey, I want to hear this song. I'll give you free advice. I'll help you. I'm a producer. Yeah. I can tell you how you can make this sound better. Right.
That's fire.
And that's even these guys that are new. Like, you guys make beats. You're creative people. You can tell someone what you think about their song. If you'll be able to hear something, because that's all we do. We sit there and create with sounds and all kinds of different things. Right.
Yeah.
And ever since I did that and started building like email sequence with my Beatstars users, that's when it just started skyrocketing.
Dope.
But give value and then ask for something. Right. Here, I'll do this for you, but now invest in me.
Yeah. 100%, man. Most definitely. Now, do you have multiple funnels, or do you just have one?
I have one main one, and then I have a bigger one that I actually do. It's like maybe a month through the sequence, and it's just like a way bigger package. And then I'm building one right now. It's a one of a kind. And it's going to start with a cut. So I hooked up with Stevie Stone from Strange Music, and we are doing a contest for artists. And then we're putting a pack together of hooks, verses, and unreleased beats, all unreleased stuff. And it's going to be under $100. So that's what I'm about to launch here pretty soon.
Dope.
Nobody's done it.
Hey man, originate the originate. Hey man,
Yeah.
you one of the originators of selling beats
Right,
online.
there you go.
It's only right you originate the funnel. So I got your. I know you can't see it. I got your funnel here pulled up.
Okay.
Is this actually ClickFunnels the one that's the guy holding the phone?
No, that's just text. I'm messing with text marketing right now. They still go through everything the same, but it just goes to I just get their text number or their cell phone number.
So after they type in like their text number and their email, then what's the next page? Does it then take them to a ClickFunnels page?
No, it goes through the same sequence, but through text, and then they're taken back to that my sales page. Yeah.
And the sales page is on ClickFunnels.
Yeah. Everything's on ClickFunnels. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. And that's the page where it's like the video talking about the deal and all that stuff.
And I am say this. I've been experimenting with get response funnels. I'm going to introduce that in MIDI money too as an optional. So we're going to start. We're putting something together. We're going to have optional. You don't have to have ClickFunnels. You could use something like get response, which is way cheaper. You're starting at like $15 a month.
Got you. Okay.
So I'm putting that together. I'm building a template that I'm going to give to everybody. So
really dope. Really dope.
Yeah.
But
I got to test it first. I always test things first, just so I could say, "Here, it actually works."
Yeah, 100%. Now with your I think that's important though, for sure, because like I think that's one of the main things that people are like, yeah, I mean, I'm hesitant because I know ClickFunnels is $100 a month, and I know it's going to take me. Like some people don't move as fast as you, like in a week. Some people are like, yeah, man, I think this is going to be like a 2 to 3 month play for me. And so if you boil that down to all the costs, I mean, it definitely could add up, and but I think that's dope. Because I've heard a lot of people be like, yeah, man, I've set up something similar, just using MailChimp or GetResponse. And I never heard anyone say GetResponse before you, but
it's all a marketing technique. You don't have to use ClickFunnels. It's just very easy to use. That's why I love it.
Yeah,
but there's all kinds of platforms that do the same thing.
Really dope. So how's the text stuff? Has that been pretty powerful? Because I know we've been.
The text is good. The only downfall is you really can't get to know somebody in 140 characters, right? I can't really tell my story through it. So it's really small text. I'm gonna make it more about sending them to a page that maybe tells them things. But I also have an email option, so they can still go through my email sequence. But what it does, the biggest gem about it, this is a good one right here, is the lookalike audience of it is insane. When you do Facebook when you're running your free beats, I use those text customers and put them through the Facebook lookalikes, and that makes it incredible.
Oh, like you can actually type in their phone numbers in Facebook?
Well, yeah, you could export it as a file and upload it to Facebook. Yeah, and then like I said, it just like that's my biggest converter. So
that's a big jam. Gotta hit the jam button.
I love it.
Yeah. Damn. So yeah, I mean, and then how much does something like that like cost to get into like a text?
So I use simple texting. I found it to be the cheapest, and it does the drip marketing. So you can send them a text every day.
Yeah.
I pay $75, but that's only because I have about 3,000 people on there now. So, but you can start at like I think like $20. That's what I started with, and the more it builds, you just keep adding. But yeah, I've been at $75 forever.
Dope. Yeah,
but yeah, like I said, I think it starts at like $20. It's totally worth it.
Yeah, man. Texting is definitely the wave right now. Before iMessage or something comes out with a spam folder, I think we need to take advantage of this. That'll suck one day. That'll suck if that shit does happen one day. If they do you know how like Gmail has like the promotions tab?
Yeah.
iMessage.
I think Gmail. I don't think they like producers, man.
No, they don't.
Because it just seems like all of us are getting screwed. When there's all these guys that have millions of people on their list, and all their emails go to me. Even when I don't respond, I'm like, how is that even possible? You know?
It's crazy, man. Cool, man. So let's get some people in for Q&A, man. 2 requests though for you guys, man, in the chat. If you guys are tapped in on YouTube, please hit that like button, man. Help us get these gems. Help us get Wish's gems out here, man, because we know the community needs, especially man, these customer service gems. So if you like what you're hearing, man, hit that like button, hit that subscribe. Definitely go tap in and follow Wish. I see we got a couple people here in the waiting room. Also, too, if you guys want the seminar and stuff that Wish is talking about, if you guys want to go watch the seminar and join MIDI Money or whatever, we got a link in the description for you guys to check that out as well. But let's get into some Q&A, man.
Is that a new design of yours? That sweatshirt? Is that you?
Nah, this is actually a producer from Chicago, Seasick. You familiar with Seasick?
I heard of him. Yeah.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah, he dropped these a minute ago, and I was like, bro, you got to send me one.
Yeah, that's dope.
Appreciate it, man. Let me see. Bandotracks, you in here?
Yes, sir.
Hey, what's going on, bro? Welcome to the morning show.
What's up, man?
Man, it's good to be here, man. What's up? Early morning game, man. It's good.
Yes, sir. Hey, I like that setup.
Wyshmaster Beats. Hey, man, you know, I'm a slick alumni now, man.
Let's
so,
go.
I've been riding from the jump, man.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I want to send a lot of energy out to all my producer community, man, this morning, man. I appreciate you guys being here. We all been logging in, getting these gems every morning. Man, CEO Dylan, we appreciate you guys, the whole
no
squad.
Problem, bro.
Man, Wyshmaster, man, I got a chance to catch you during, I think this was when we had the ClickFunnels questionnaires going on.
Okay.
And man, you had to give us some good information. As a matter of fact, I followed you that day and I signed up to your ClickFunnels just so that I could figure out how to do this shit.
I know. I did. A lot of producers do. It's funny.
Yeah, man.
But it's good. You have to. You want to study other people. You know what I mean? You want to see what they do.
Yeah. Funnel hack
works. Yeah.
Absolutely. Actually gave me a lot of good pointers, man. I really kind of just went through the whole thing, you know, got beats and even turned some of the beats on to some of my artists that I was working with at the same time.
Appreciate
so they
that, man.
some beats for you, man.
Oh, I appreciate that.
I got a few questions though I do want to ask you, man, in regards to ClickFunnels and just, you know, your whole journey, man.
Okay.
So just bear with me, man. But the first question, I noticed, man, you have some very catchy subject lines. Like I could go into my email, even right now. I went into my email and the last email you sent me was, I challenge you. And I'm like, who the hell is this challenging me? You know what I'm saying? It instantly made me click on an email. So I'm just like, you know what I mean? How do you come up with those subject lines that you know people are going to actually click on? And it's not like, you know, you read it and you know, oh, this is some spam, and you just disregard it.
So I get in the mind of an artist and say, what would I want to open? What's actually going to make me want to open this email, right? So sometimes like that's what I'll do. Like, are you looking for a record deal? They're like, oh shit, yeah, I want to sign. And most people, they'll just read that and respond, right? And they'll say, yeah, I do, sign me. Like, but the email, I'm giving them value. I do a whole article and I say, this is why you want to go independent, and this is how you go independent. Like, you don't need a major, you know what I mean? And that's my article. But my subject line is, are you looking for a record deal, right? Just like I challenge you. It's like, yeah, I'm challenging you. Like, well, who's challenging me? Like, what's going on here? You know what I mean? There's all kinds of ways you can tell or say what you want to say in your email, but you have to capture them through that subject line. That's the most important. It doesn't work when you say sale, 20% off all beats. Like, they're like, oh, okay. They get that a million times. Think about how much spam they get from like Target and Walmart and whoever, and they're all saying 20% off today only or whoever. You got to get through all that. You know what I mean? So that's what I try to use catchy subject lines. They're like, are you going to open this? Sometimes you can be a little even cocky if you want to. You know what I mean? Like, are you mad at me?
No, man.
No. I'm saying,
I'm trying to see if you want us to smoke, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
that would be a good subject line. Are you mad at me? Because then you're like, oh, but you haven't been reading my emails. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Right. Another question, man. I appreciate that. Another question I had was also concerning the campaign. Like, when you run your ClickFunnels campaign, I'm sure you had an opportunity to kind of, you know, see what works and what doesn't work. But from what you have experimented with, what have you seen you got the most feedback from, where people are actually clicking through every funnel, you know, and actually giving you the best, you know, result you were looking for from that campaign?
Are you telling me like what's on my actual like sales page? Like what is attracting? I think it's me talking to them and telling them my story. When I first came back to selling beats online, I thought I'm just going to throw my name out there and throw some money and I'm going to make all this money, right? I'm like, I'm just going to say Grammy nominated multi-platinum producer, boom, worked with all these people. That didn't work at all.
Damn.
And I thought when I first do the funnel, I'm like, I'm just going to put that in there. And I put like a highlight video. It was just a video of like people like Murphy Lee and all these people talking about me, saying Wish is the dude, blah, blah, blah. And then I talked, and the AD's like, man, that's great. You should have a highlight reel, but you need to talk to these people on the camera. I said, man, I am not a camera person, bro. Like, that's not me. And he's like, but that's what you need to do. You need to speak to them. So I did it. I did my video and speaking to them and telling them, hey, I understand what it's like to be an artist. I struggle. I was just telling Dylan, like, I was broke for 6 months, having to like pull out loans and shit. You telling that story is what's going to make them come out and want to talk to you and say, all right, this is a real person. It's not a robot. He's actually telling me a real story. And I think that's what really connects with people. And then after that, they're like, oh yeah, I really like his music too. Like you can't just put some bullshit music out there, but you do want to get to know him, you know.
Nah, bro, that was a gem. We can't pass over that because it's like, and I've heard this concept before. Like Dean Graziosi, he's made like hundreds of millions, close to $1 billion on infomercials, and I actually gave one of his books away. If you guys remember the Millionaire Success Habit. So when he first dropped that book, he had an infomercial. And his first video like infomercial was like the beginning. It was all like why he's qualified to write this book, like all his accolades, you know, highlights from him speaking in front of these big audiences. And he said the infomercial flopped, and he realized he's like, it's because I was basically telling why you should buy this book, why I'm the greatest, you know what I mean? But the audience, it's, you got to think it's a psychological thing. We don't really care about this person's story. We want to know, okay, well, let's talk about me. Let's talk about, you know, let's make me feel something. Let's what's in it for me? Like, what is this going to do for me?
How does it relate to me?
Yeah, exactly.
Right. That's what you got to fill in their hole, right? How are you going to help them, right? And that's about you. But ask them about their story. That's the first thing I do. My first email is tell me about yourself. I want to know who I'm working with.
Dope.
You know?
That's big, man.
Yeah.
I just got one more, man. If I could squeeze it in, man. This is really concerning prioritizing our day. We just got off this subject. I heard you guys touching on how producers can sometimes get unfocused with what we're actually doing. And as a person who wears as many hats as you do, for being a family man, for being a teacher, and also being a business owner with selling your beats, how do you prioritize your day to make sure that you're spending your time efficiently? Hitting your goals.
You basically put a list together, right? I put a list on my phone and I put what really has to get done, what can wait, and what is like long term, right? And I jump on the things that need to be done, all right? And then I focus, and I might move something that might, you know, I could do in a week. Like just wait till the end of the week to do this. But if I give myself a list on here telling what I have left to do, it's a lot easier than me thinking in my head, because I get overwhelmed. Like I'll ball up if I'm like, you got to do this, you got to be in this meeting, you got to do that. I just like, oh, I can't do it. But if I write it out and I start knocking it out and delete it after I do it, it gets so much easier. But there's some things in life you don't have to do that is not that important, but you think it is, right? Or it doesn't have to be done right there and then. And that's what you have to tell yourself. When can I get this done? Let me just take care of the stuff that I know I have to do. I have to feed my kids. I have to do, you know what I mean?
Facts. I think that's like one of my biggest things that I struggle with, man. Just being a creator, man, you always like in this, for me, I'm always just in this like creative mindset. I get inspired by just the smallest things. And it's almost like, okay, I need to put my attention towards this right now before I forget it, or whatever the situation may be. So that's a gem for me, man, because I'm really learning how to actually shape things for my day to be more productive. And I can look back at the day and say, hey, I did this, and not like, oh shit, man, tomorrow I gotta do this because the weekend is coming up, and if I don't get this beat ready to upload, I'm gonna miss those views. Man, I got one more, guys. Let me just get this.
I was gonna say real quick, don't surround yourself around doubt or negativity or either, because I've had doubt on my music all my life. I'm always like, this is not good enough. Every time I got in the studio, I'm like, they're gonna think this is trash. You can't think like that, and you can't let negative people around you, or else you're not gonna want to be motivated to work on anything. I noticed when I got away from negativity, because I had a lot of negativity around me, and that's when I started doing all this super hard, like even the ClickFunnels thing in a week. I don't have negativity surrounding me, so I'm like, man, I'm just gonna kill this. I have positive vibes, you know what I mean? And it makes you go a lot further. So.
Facts, man. Do you have a team? Like, I'm pretty sure, like you.
I do, yeah. Team Wish, one person. no bullshit. I have no team.
Dream team.
That was gonna be my next question, man. Just trying to figure out how to put together a team and delegate some responsibilities to people. You know.
That's where I fall short. I need to delegate stuff. I have a trust issue with people. I don't think people are gonna work as hard as me.
Yeah.
So it's hard for me, you know. I think someone's gonna just come in and half-ass it, especially like, you know, a lot of these new kids, they don't know the value of like working hard. So I'm like, I don't want to. They do an hour work and like, man, I worked 8 hours, you know.
Facts.
Hey man, give some of them a shot, man. I felt the same way, but
Dylan, if you send them over.
If I say, hey man, if you want to join Team Wish, man, hit them up, man.
I want to join, man.
Nah, man, early game. I'm telling you, early game, man. There's a lot of serious guys in here. man,
it's not all. I'm not speaking all of them. I'm just talking about some of these.
No, I know, bro. I know, because trust me, I've been there, and I still struggle with it. And that's one of my themes for this year is really adding to the team and delegating. Yeah. And I'm not gonna lie, bro. Starting this morning show has brought me more people that are ready to bring value and are ready to collaborate and work on and help me with my stuff. It's been amazing, man. Shout out to Leno, man. That's awesome. He's a star player now, man.
That's dope.
Yes, sir, man. I appreciate you guys for answering these questions. Wyshmaster Game, and thanks for joining us.
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, to my producer grind team, you guys follow me, Bandotracks Beats on Instagram. Let's link in, collab.
Yes,
Let's keep building. Stay positive, man.
Where you from, bro? Buddy. Where you from?
Born and raised ATL, Edgewood, Zone 6.
Okay, let's go. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
All right, bro. Neighbors. Facts though, right down the street. All right, well, appreciate you tapping in.
For sure, man. Gang.
Yes, sir. All right, next up we got All Truth, then we got Twill and J-Seoul. All Truth, Twill and J-Seoul, man. Good conversation this morning, man.
Yeah, this was fun, man. Thanks for having me.
Oh man, you already know, man. This is long overdue. All Truth, he's been blowing up the chat. He's been spamming. He said he's got a good question, man. So I hope he brings it.
What's up?
What's going on, man?
You hear me well?
You sound like you're in the other room.
Yeah, just a second. Let me figure this out. I'm in my car.
Unplug from your Bluetooth or something. There we go.
Better now?
Yes, sir. What's going on, bro?
Driving the OKC right now from Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Nice.
Yes, sir. I just wanted to ask you guys, what is the best way to find customers in the first place?
How to get customers? I wouldn't. This is the thing. I don't go after customers. I go for just leads. Yeah, and just relationships and leads. The best thing to do is find out who's going to want to buy your beats in the first of all, right? So if you do pop beats and you're trying to sell to trap rappers, it's not going to work, right? So what genres of music do you do, or I
really kind of do everything, honestly. So anything I want.
All right. Yeah, so then you want to kind of find your perfect customer of who you think is going to buy your beats, and then you want to start marketing and do start on social media because it's free. And this is another thing, guys. Sign up for every free platform you possibly can, and just start uploading your beats to all these platforms. I'm actually going to have a 30-day challenge I'm about to put out pretty soon, and it's not, I'm not charging for it. It's going to be free, but it's going to be a 30-day challenge of what I did to actually get my Beatstars up. And part of it is joining all these platforms and start uploading your beats so you can reach that Google SEO, and your name is just floating everywhere, right?
Yeah, hell yeah.
If you're right now, if you're just uploading to a couple platforms, that's not going to do it. So I mean, what are you doing right now, man?
I'm on Track Train, and I'm about to be on Beatstars as well. And then I'm on YouTube mainly, is where I just post everything.
How many beats are in your catalog?
I don't even know at this point, but I've been producing for 2 years, but barely until a year ago. I started taking it really seriously. Now I'm just going at it. I got a lot of connections now, so that's good.
That's good.
But
yeah, start collecting emails. All your traffic, any traffic that comes, you can start collecting emails and have conversations with people.
I just now started with the MailChimp thing.
All right, good.
I just signed up for it. I haven't set it up yet, but I feel like that'll work out.
Hey, shout out to Big Shot. I see Big Shot in the chat. No, I was saying shout out to Big Shot in the chat, man.
Big Shot.
How do you guys feel about the people that do $10 for 62 beats, royalty free? I was just wondering.
I think it's the devil. No, I'm just kidding.
I think it's whatever anybody wants to do is that's their thing, right?
Yeah.
My only thing is if you give up too much for too little up front, how are you going to get anything in the back end?
Yeah.
I know that.
You better come with another offer, 200 beats for $15 next time.
I honestly just care about the producer in that situation. So I had an argument with the guy on email that sent me an email somehow. I was on his beat list. He was like, I'm about to do something dope as fuck. And then I clicked on it, and it was the 60 beats for like $10 thing, royalty free, and he starts like going off on me whenever I just said I don't think you can do that.
Just this is the thing. It's, you know, it's a marketing tactic, but it's not going to hurt you. And this is what people think. They think if everybody's doing 100 beats for $1 or whatever, that it's going to hurt them. It's about how you reach your audience. It's how you get personal. It has nothing to do with them.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, man. And then another good point that someone's made is like, that's a totally different customer. The person doing 10 beats for or 60 beats for $10 or 100 beats for $1 to Wish. I don't know about that. That's kind of crazy. 100 beats for $1, but that's not the same person that's gonna buy a $50 exclusive or a $50 lease or a $300 exclusive. True. Totally different.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I have customers that spend strictly $25 with me, and I have customers that spend a couple grand with me. That's just, you know, type of customer.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I have one sale. I mean, one guy that I.
Hey, let's go for that sale.
I got a $40 wave, $40 wave sale with like a guy I found on Twitter. I just was like DMing a bunch of people and trying to find people to talk to and build relationship. We played Warzone after he bought the beat.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah, the best way to build relationships, ask them to send you music. You know, that's how you start. That's how you start off, and then critique it. Be like, hey, this is cool, or
usually try to listen to it and actually.
And then you could say, hey, and then you could say, hey, I could hear you on this beat, and then you send them, you know, to one of your beats on your beat store, and just say, I think you would kill this, you know.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, appreciate you, Outr.
All right, see you, bro.
Yes, sir.
See you, man.
I like that though. He's like, yeah, man, jump on Call of Duty with me. Let's play.
I haven't played Call of Duty for a while. I gotta get back on that.
Bro, I've never to this day I haven't played Warzone.
Really?
Yeah, man. I kind of I don't know. I kind of fell off with the video games.
Yeah, I'm old school. Old school Call of Duty. You can throw a grenade across the whole map and they kill them. You know.
Back to T Will. What up, gang?
What's up, gang? You know what I'm saying? Early game. That ass game. Yes, sir. Hey, it's funny because shoot, Dylan, you already asked my questions. I was gonna ask about the sales what the sync is. You had already asked. So but shoot, Wish, man, I got a quick question. As far as how often do you need musicians for like anytime you create some or anytime you're in the studio, whatever the case is?
I do a lot of my own work, but are you talking like more of a collaboration kind of thing?
Yeah.
Right now I might do it as a service down the road, but I do free collabs. So I just tell anybody to hit me up and just email me sound. If I feel something, I'll throw it into a beat and then upload it and split it 50-50.
Yeah. This is my guy right here too, by the way. Wish he's team ProducerGrind. He's he's super fire with the keys.
Well, that being said, you only get 25% now, but yeah, man, definitely send me some of your work, and you know, like I said, I go through all my emails. Like I'm not one of those people that say send me some and you never hear from me. Like I'll go through if I hear something I like, I was like, man, let's collab on this. So
yeah, bro, because I definitely want to collab with you, bro. Because I play electric guitar. Acoustic guitar, bass guitar, all percussion. Like I went to Berkeley College of Music. Like
that's awesome, man.
Everything, bro. So that's why I said I definitely got to collab with you.
Yes, I love guitars, man, and guitars are big sellers online. There's a gem for you guys. Guitars sell huge online.
Yes,
people love guitars.
People ask me for guitar licks all the time. Yep. So, but yeah, I'm gonna definitely chop it up with you, Wish.
Cool, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, appreciate you. All right, Dylan. Head ass.
All right, bro. Yes, sir. J-Seoul. Let's bring J-Seoul in. Big supporter here, man. J-Seoul's always tapped in on the morning show.
Is that Raiden?
Yo.
Oh, shit. Hold up. What camera's not fucking working? Hold on. Yeah, there we go. What's up, guys?
Yo, what up, bro?
Early gang, what's up?
Chilling, man. How you doing, bro?
Pretty good, man. Yeah, so until recently, I've kind of been on the wave of what a lot of other producers have been doing, which is basically just uploading beats almost every day and all that. But I've realized it's literally just throwing shit at a wall and hoping it sticks. Like a few people get lucky and like blow up just off YouTube alone, but now I'm slowly realizing that like you have to provide value. You can't just be like, here's my beat, bye. you know? So I've been looking into like funnels and all that stuff and trying to learn how to set one up myself. But the question I've got for you, Wish, is if you could go back in time and send one piece of information back to yourself when you first started, what would the main thing be, other than like just dropping music consistently?
I would say don't quit online beat selling. That's what I would have said. Never stop it. It's not like people that are trying to get away from it and just did work in the industry. You could do both. And that's what I would have told myself, because when I saw these guys like driving Lambos and all this stuff, like from something that like I started, I'm like, damn, man, if I would have stuck with this, my SEO, first of all, would have been insane. My website probably would have got all organic views, right, for 20 years. And like I said, the online thing we're doing, it's so much bigger than it was back in the day. Like I thought it was big what I was getting, and like I'm making well over what I was making back then. Like I think my highest month when online selling beats is like $6,000, and now, like I said, over $20,000 is crazy. But I will say one thing about you uploading beats every day. It's part of, I'm doing a 30-day challenge. Actually, me and Big Shot are actually doing it, and it's kind of that technique, but there's more to it than just uploading a beat. You know what I mean? So I don't know if when you upload a beat a day, are you doing like just your beat site? Are you doing other things involved with it? Do you have a backup to when you get all that traffic?
Right now, what I'm doing is I'm uploading to YouTube. I upload like a clip to Insta, I upload on my beat store, and I've got like a basic email capture set up. So basically you get a pop-up and it says you can get a free beat if you give me your email. So right now I'm in the process of trying to build like a 7 to 10 step email process to kind of free funnel.
Are you using a PC? Are you using a PC or a MacBook to do this?
A MacBook. No, I'm using a PC.
I had to do it for the chat. That's
funny.
Also,
yeah, man, there's more to it than that. And like I said, I hope you take my 30-day challenge, because it's, like I said, it's going to be a free thing I'm doing. But there is a technique to doing that. And and everybody thinks it's just upload a beat a day and it's just going to happen overnight. But no, there's a whole process to it. And like you said, you didn't have your email sequence even set up. So when you were doing that, you weren't really starting a relationship.
Yeah, I wasn't capitalizing on
that working relationship. Exactly. So,
and as well, I was using the whole "I don't have enough time" excuse, like just because I've got a job. But clearly, you fucking got it done. So
you can do it. I'm telling you, you have to reach somewhere deep in you. And you're like, all right, I'm just gonna make this happen. You know, drink a shitload of coffee.
Hey, coffee.
I'm already there, man. Also, Dylan, stop the Dragon Ball Z slander, man. Just
stop the slander. Yo, someone said that was yeah, man. They're at me, man. I don't know.
All right, thanks for talking to me, man.
Yes, sir.
I'll check out your challenge right now.
Yes, sir, man. Everybody go follow Wish, man. Everybody needs to go tap into that challenge.
Did you put my link up there? Or do you want me to say it?
I will put it up, but yeah, please say it. But I mean, I got it. Yeah, I got your IG in the description, but go ahead.
Okay, cool. All right, no problem. It's just Wyshmaster Beats with a Y, not an I.
Why not an I? Yes, sir. If you got any links or whatever to anything specific that you want me to put in the description too, man, definitely will.
DX Beats.
Yes, another one of my guys, man.
Yo.
Yes,
what's going on, DX,
man?
What's happening? What's up, chat? What's up, CEO Dylan?
Tell him to karate chop that like button, man.
Yeah, karate chop, not goddamn roundhouse kick that motherfucker.
Yes, sir.
How y'all doing this morning, bro?
Chilling, gang. What up?
Real shit. I just had a few things I want to say before I holler at Wish, man. We got a goat in the building. I just want everybody to know this guy is produced on all 6s and 7s. I like a nigga who know Tech 9 is a fucking lord. So I just want to say shout out to Wish, shout out to the whole Strange Music gang. I want to drop a few things first. Dave Franco is slated to play Vanilla Ice in the upcoming biopic. I don't know how y'all feel about that, but that's dope. Logic retirement is a hoax. I think that's bullshit. He's gonna come back like Jordan. DMX versus Snoop versus battle last night. I don't know who saw it. If
I didn't tap in.
I didn't either.
Bro, lit. The one that I want to see is Youngboy versus Lil Baby. I don't know how y'all feel about that. I think that's dope.
Who won last night, though?
Huh?
Who would you say won last night?
Snoop definitely won last night. Definitely. I feel like all of the tracks.
Huh? Yeah, that's I'm like, that's a tough one right there.
X is the GOAT. I mean, Snoop is the GOAT, but man, X.
Yeah, but you know, like Snoop was up there gigging, dancing, ad-libbing to DMX's music. Like it was, like Snoop came with it. I say Snoop won that last night. Not to say anything bad about X, but he was kind of looking.
Yeah, I mean that's a tough one. Those are two big ones.
And very short-winded. But shout out to X though. I think Snoop and X did their thing for the culture. And also one more thing, the Chunky Donkey and the Air Dior are the best shoes on the planet. If you know, if you're a sneakerhead. Hey, Wish, I just wanted to say what's up, bro.
What's going on, man? Yeah.
Also, congratulations on everything that you're doing, what you do for the community.
Thank you.
All the gems that you dropped today are fucking priceless. They're, like you said, there's gonna be some guys who watch this. They're gonna skip a step and they're gonna wonder why the fuck it's not working for them.
Yeah.
Take notes. This is the guy. Everybody go to Instagram, follow Wyshmaster Beats. This is the dude. I tune into everything that you do, bro. Real shit.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you. You know what's funny you said about Tech 9 is I just did a post because everybody asked me like, what did you do for Strange? I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna sit here and put I did over 34 songs for Strange music. I was like, damn, bro, and I still got more coming out too. And I'm like,
man. Legendary shit too, man. Legendary shit.
Oh, thank you, man.
I'm just kind of just stoked to be online with you, bro. Episode 53, Mr. CEO.
Yes, sir, man.
That's tight, man. I love what you got. I love what you got going, man.
Appreciate it, man.
But yeah, Vanilla Ice, Dave Franco. I just wanted to say that.
That's
funny. Yeah, that's funny as shit. And that's it, bro. I just wanted to just tap in a little bit and just say what's up to y'all.
I appreciate it, man. It's great meeting you.
Yeah, likewise,
bro. You too, bro. Cool, man.
I got 2 albums dropping this month. Pretty dope with Stevie Stone and Jerry Robinson on Strange Music. So
fire.
Can't wait to hear those, man.
Still got the placements rolling in, man. Still got time.
Do.
But yeah, man, I just want to say, man, we appreciate you tapping in this morning. Definitely encourage everyone to tap into the challenge, man, and just just go tap in with Wish, and everything that he does, man. Go tap in with the Mini Money Gang, and yeah, man. So I like to end off our interviews like this, man. Just with everything we've talked about. If you could boil down, if you could leave everyone, I guess since you're a teacher, man, we'll call it homework. If you could leave everyone with some homework tonight, just the best advice or the best actionable steps that you could give any producer, no matter what level they're at, to go home with, what would you say?
I'd say learn marketing and customer service is going to be your two ones. Like, get to know who you're working with. It's going to go so much further than just trying to get that quick buck. But yeah, the number one thing is just really learn marketing, no matter who it's from.
Facts. Yeah. Most definitely, man. Hey, man, we appreciate you one more time. Everybody go follow Wish right now, man. WYSH Master Beats on all platforms. IG, there's it's information is in the description. And man, we definitely got to get some more content in, man. Hopefully they do another, by the time February comes around or January, whenever they do that Mini Money Mastermind, hopefully they do it in Nashville again, and we can link up. Because that weekend, bro, I was out. I had my notebook out. I was taking notes. I swear to God, like.
All right, I took every note. I still look through it. I'm like, oh, I forgot about this and everything. But yeah, man, next time you come out too, you can come out on my new boat, bro.
Facts, man. So what? There's a lake in Nashville.
Yeah, I live between 2 big ass lakes, so that's why I love water, and like I've always wanted to buy a boat, and I'm like, you know what, this is the time.
Yeah, so, hell yeah, man. I got some family like in the Franklin area, so I'm up there. A couple times a year. Yeah, man, cool. We definitely got to link up
for sure.
All right, though, man. Appreciate you one more time, bro.
All right, buddy. Thanks again for having me, man.
Yes, sir, man. Take it easy. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. Another dope episode. Like I said, man, make sure you guys definitely go tap in with Wish. Tomorrow we're doing a call-in show. Maybe we might do some beat reviews. I don't know. Maybe we might get T-Will, TB, get the gang in here and do some beat reviews. That'd be lit. T-Will's got his MIDI-gram kit launching tomorrow. Super dope MIDI melody pack. Also got some drums in there. Maybe we'll do something like if you grab it and if you grab the pack and you send in a screenshot with your beat that you grabbed it, we'll give you priority, and we'll get you in to do a beat review first, man. I don't know, just want to have some fun with it. I know the battle was really lit, and I know that a lot of people didn't get, it filled up so fast. A lot of people didn't get to participate. So yeah, man, look forward to tapping in with you guys tomorrow, every day, Monday through Friday. You know where the vibes are at, man. The morning show on our YouTube and Twitch. Hit that like button before you guys head out. And check out the links in the description, man. We got the free BEATMAKER sticker packs going. Go tap in. And if you want to learn more about funnels and join the MIDI Money gang, we got a link so you can tap into the free webinar and learn, man. We also got some links in the description for free royalty-free sample pack. Yeah, man. It's lit in the description. I'm out. One more time.